Hey, it's Marlon Smith here. I'm so excited to be here. It is the first Thursday of December 2020. Are you excited? I don't know if you are, but I am. We have a very special guest, and it's going to be rocking and rolling. Go ahead and type in the chat box. Where are you watching from? Because I want you to understand this. The Real Money Coach is all about making a positive difference. Now, it's time for some of you to do some exercising because you know you ate too much last Thursday. Okay? I know some of you are like, yo, where is the Real Money Coach when I need you? Okay? But we were trying to say, yo, put down that chopstick, put down the macaroni and cheese, okay? Right? I mean, Tony and I were eating vegetarian. Well, no, I was eating vegetarian, all right? I don't know, Tony, he loves his ribs, okay? So let's bring Tony on and see how he's doing. But type in the chat box, how was your Thanksgiving? We want to hear from you. Go ahead and share in the chat box. How was Thanksgiving? Tony, where are you, brother?
Hey, man, I am here. I'm here live with you, man. There were some vegetarian things going on in my house, but I wasn't one of them, brother.
Right. No doubt, man. Hey, man, grateful to be here.
Man, listen, my wife, Adrian, my daughter, man, they threw down, bro.
What?
They threw down, man.
In the kitchen, huh?
Yeah, it was unbelievable, man. It was unbelievable. So, man, listen, it was so good. We didn't even make leftovers. Didn't even make it to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So that's how good it was, bro.
Right.
But Marlon, what I'm so thankful for, man, is the people who check in on the Real Money Coach. We got Dr. Bonita Harris has been the first to check in right. From Carolina to Queen City, and we know we got some more folks all over the country. Come in and say hi. Let us know where you are. Be sure to join our private Facebook group. Listen, it is exciting time. This is December 2020, and I know a lot of you are glad to see this year go. Ruth Bell is in the house. Ruth Bell is in the house. A lot of you are glad to see 2020 come to an end. And I was talking to my team the other night, Marlon, and I was telling them this. One of the great things about what we do is that, if you've had a wonderful or you've had a struggling year, right? If the year has been a struggle for you, guess what? A new year comes, you get a fresh start. So that's good news. Now, if you had a wonderful year and the year is going well, you're at the top of the charts. Guess what the bad news is? It starts over January 1st. We all come in with a clean slate, right? So, man, I'm just excited about what we've accomplished over the last 8 months. And, man, just looking forward to tonight. Phenomenal guest with Michael Andrews, man. This is a down brother, man. This is the real deal right here.
No doubt.
And then just looking forward, man, to going into 2021.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Well, listen, family, we're excited. And I see, we got Ruth and Dr. Bonita. And type in the chat box, which city are you watching from? Because I want you to understand you're in the right place at the right time. The gentleman that I'm about to bring up on the screen is a man who's really committed to making a positive difference. I mean, he's almost like a serial entrepreneur, right? He's from Maryland. In fact, he and we went to rival high schools. That's right, rival high schools. My high school was the best, and his was the, runner-up. So, there's always a second and third, but it's all good. But in all seriousness, and we played football and all that good stuff.
They were kind of like mopping the floor with Kennedy or something like that. But
look at you. Right. Yeah, Kennedy High School is where I went. State champions, 1985. I scored the game-winning touchdown pass, University of Maryland. I mean, if we really want to go there, I got video to back it up. But here's the thing. I want to get into it because this man is really phenomenal. I mean, his parents, they had a printing company when he was young, and that really planted the seed of entrepreneurship. And as we close out this year, as Tony said, regardless of how 2020's ended, 2021 is right around the corner. And you're only as good as your latest success. We can't rest on our laurels. It's gone. It's over. So now we got to be stretching for more. I love the fact that we have this special guest, Michael Andrews, because he's like a serial entrepreneur. He's an award-winning author, real estate investor. And now what is really exciting is that in addition to all that, I mean, he's a philanthropist, But most importantly, he's a master Forex trader. And so we wanted to talk to you because we believe in multiple streams of income. And when I found out that, wow, $6.8 trillion a day Forex trading. I'm not talking about the stock market, and he'll break it down a little bit. But let's go ahead and bring him up on the screen because this brother, you're in for a treat. Michael, come on and join us, Tony and I. What's up, buddy?
There he is.
Comments about the school, you know?
Right. How you doing, man?
But you were right. You're right. Y'all tore us up. Y'all tore us up that year. But when I came through, we were back on the map.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. I had graduated. Okay, my comrades, we had graduated. You know, we had done our thing. But yeah, it's good, man. Hey, but Michael, look, I want to get into it, brother, because man, I'm so excited. You know, I mean, I've gotten to know you. And you know, you're always upbeat, and we're going to talk about that because we want our viewers to understand the power of entrepreneurship. I see we got Corey Vu. Corey's over in California on the West Coast. Alice is here. Lawrence Conway
in Hawaii. I've seen pictures of Corey in Hawaii, man. Come on, Hawaii with the president of the company. So, man, come on, Corey, man, good to have you here. Also, Pastor Lawrence Conway from Birmingham, Alabama is with us. So we're in the house. Go ahead, Marlon. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Awesome. And so, you know, one of the things, I mean, these are entrepreneurs, right? And I know right now we got some people who are business owners, some are aspiring entrepreneurs, and some are saying, now I would like to do this. And Michael, you were blessed. You had parents, they had a very successful printing company, you know, and you were telling me how they had a contract at Howard University, and that planted the seed for you. And then because of that seed, you've had multiple businesses as an adult and very successful. And so I want you to, here's my first question for you. My first question is, you know, for our viewers, you know, I know you and I have talked about it. I believe it's a must, right? That you should have a business in 2020, 2021 and beyond, even if it's part-time. So from your perspective, you being a very successful business owner in many different industries, talk to us about why is it important for you to have your own business?
It's really, really important to have a business today because over 11 million people are unemployed at this moment. And it's due to COVID-19, it's due to a lot of different circumstances. And these jobs may not come back. So during this time, it's really important to be proactive and have some type of home-based model so that you can work from home or anywhere on the planet. I think that's one of the most important reasons to have a home-based business right now, because we don't know exactly when the next pestilence is going to come or the next big issue is going to come. But we have to make sure we firm up, that we have something that will be stabilized no matter what is going on with the economy in any form.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
That's real good. And you know, because one of the things that we do know is this. We do know that there's going to be another issue. You know, we don't know when, we don't know what it's going to be, but there will be another issue. Now Michael, what I really want to know is, as an entrepreneur, we have these challenges that we have to go through. I was talking to someone just yesterday, talking about the challenges of COVID in their business and making shifts and all that type of thing. So tell me, what do you see as the 3 top challenges as an entrepreneur, and you know, maybe what you do to overcome those things?
Well, one of the things I'm always looking at is when my father's business actually went out of business. I started to look at why did it go out of business and what was the purpose behind it. So I started looking for what different vehicles out there are recession proof. And when I was doing my due diligence on that, I looked at an article in Forex magazine, and it actually said there's 3 things that you should get involved with that is recession proof and can get you to $1 billion in the shortest period of time. Number 1 was investing. Number 2 was technology. And number 3 was real estate. Those were the top 3 things. So I immersed myself into those 3 different vehicles to ensure and make sure that I was not going to have to deal with that again. I never wanted to feel having to shut down another company that I was involved with. And that was something that was big. Another thing that was critical is learning how to raise capital. Knowing how to raise capital is huge, because one of the top reasons for companies going out of business today is lack of capital. It wasn't that it wasn't a great idea. They just didn't have the money or the capital to sustain themselves. And then the other thing is marketing in a way that you're looking for people that are interested in what you're doing. And right now, the three things that I'm involved with the most, people are highly interested in. Matter of fact, it's some of the most highly searched words in the internet. And so I stay focused on what are people looking for? And those three things are always tippy top.
Wow. Wow. That's powerful, man. And, I think one of the things, and I see we got, Gregory Calhoun. Good to see you, Gregory. And this is, again, relationships, right? I mean, we connected with Gregory and we had a meeting out in North Carolina. He's from Atlanta. So good to have you on. And Sherry Likes is here as well, Lady Likes. And so we thank everyone. One of the things, though, Michael, I want to talk to you about, when you talk about those three different industries, right? And, with that being said, 2020 definitely turned things upside down. But I like what you said. Think about investing, right? Technology, as well as real estate. And what that does is, if you think about it, investing, sure, the stock market went down, but I know you're a Forex trader. And I know Tony's gonna be talking to you about that, right? Because money, stock market goes down, the Forex trading, you're making money on the downside and the upside. Look at you smiling because you're a master trader, right? And the fact that, what I want all of our viewers to understand, he focused. He was very focused. He said, okay, let me get out ahead, because your story, and I want you to talk maybe a little bit about that, how, your parents had the printing company, and yet, what you talk to them about how technology, right, kind of, took your parents' business, their family business, right? Because either you innovate or you die. And so I want you to talk a little bit about that, because that's very important. When we talk about 2020 and just the challenges, things being turned upside down, you've got to pivot. This whole show, think about it. We're talking, the Real Money Coach is using technology, right? You talked about that, to share information, financial literacy, investments, right? Real estate. So we have, basically we're all three of those that you talked about, we're incorporating, right? Through financial education. But talk to us about the pain. I just, just real short, because I know your time is brief with us, but talk to us about that pain, man, because I want people to understand your pain can be the influencer. It can be the thing that mobilizes you to take it to the next level. Talk to us about what happened with your family, your parents' business.
Yeah, it was actually the catalyst. It's really what launched everything inside of me. You have to understand that this was a company that I was supposed to take over. It was a company that made us millions of dollars. And Microsoft decimated our company. Decimated. It's nothing against what he did. It was amazing. But we were not ready. My father was not ready for that turn, because it was more of a love for the industry instead of actually being something that the industry wanted. So got to remember, you can't love what you're doing. You have to love what people want. Okay. And that's something I learned really, really quick. You cannot love what you're doing. You have to love what people want from you. You got to solve people's problems. And when you solve people's problems, people's pains, and we're going to talk about that as we continue, but when you solve people's problems, that's when you make the billions and trillions of dollars. It's because you're solving the issue. Think about this. The people that are going to be dealing with COVID-19, the people that are really going to deal with this situation, how much money are they really going to create helping all these people? It's a staggering number, because they're dealing with a problem. But just like you said, technology is huge, and you got to be inside of that. So, we'll talk about that more, but it's just one of the most important things that you got to be involved with, because it will take you out. Think about the cab industry right now. When it came to Uber, what really happened with them? It wasn't that the cab industry wasn't strong. It's just they didn't think about the technology piece. They didn't think about those phones that we have in our pocket that people want to use every single day. And if you can create something, a person just hits a button and a driver can come and pick you up, That's huge. And that's what they did. They just added technology and they became one of the most disruptive companies we've ever seen. And that's exactly why you have to focus on technology.
You know, I love that word you just said. It disrupted the norm, right?
Ooh, that's good.
The norm. And when I think really true business innovation disrupts the norm, right? When you said that, man, it just stuck out to me about disrupting. And there's been a few industries, a few companies that have come along that have really disrupted the whole system. You know, you think of, you know, did we know about an Amazon or Facebook? I often use in my class the example, say, hey, listen, you can buy stock, right? What if you would have bought stock in MySpace?
Right.
I mean, what would that be worth today, right?
Right.
And so I love that, man. And I want to shout out a couple people, Alice Martin. We got Brad Hudson on here as well. Now, the next question I want to ask you is this. You know, we talk about one of our core values is multiple streams of income. You know, we believe in entrepreneurship. We believe in multiple streams of income. And I know that you've had real estate. I know that you're a master Forex trader. Can you just give us 60 seconds, Michael, of what the whole Forex thing is about?
Yeah, Forex is super powerful. And I always like to illustrate things to make it easy for people that don't know what Forex is. But if I was right now, I'm in the United States. If I take my USD and I go over to Japan, their currency is yen. Well, I'm going to have to exchange it if I want to buy goods or have a good time over there. I have to do that. But in between, there's a difference between the price. So either my US money is going to be more at that moment or it's going to be less. And then when I come back, I'm going to have to exchange it from yen to USD. And then there's, again, a difference in price. What a lot of people don't know right now is that you have the ability to make the difference between those two prices every single day. Now, as Marlon alluded to, it's a $7 trillion industry a day. There's nothing on the planet that creates the money that Forex does. Nothing. There's nothing out there. It's the biggest financial thing in the world. And you know, the problem that I have with this is only 5% of us are involved. 5% are retail traders. The rest of it, and this is the key, the rest of the individuals that are involved with it, the biggest players are the banks. That's the biggest players. It's the bankers, the central banks. And you know, what they're doing is that they're actually taking the funds that are in a bank account and they're trading it. So you may not even know right now, but you personally are involved in the Forex market. And so why not be a person that benefits at a higher level? Instead of making 0.01 at the end of the year, why not have the ability to be able to get in the Forex market and be able to make 1 to 2%? And this is the big thing about Forex that I love. Marlon was talking about this earlier. We make money whether the market goes up or down. So I'm going to go over just a couple things really, really quick, just so that you understand the power of this. Gold went from as low as when we got in from 1272 to this year, it went to 2074 above that. We were able to cash on that when the market was having major issues, because think about it, when the US dollar declines, where are people putting their money? In gold. Right. So you just got to figure out, where do I want to put my money now, right? We got involved with S&P 500. We watched it go from 2180 to 3490 this year. We watched oil. We did a short. We shorted the market, and it went from 114 down to below zero. We were a part of that as well. So this was the biggest money-making year that we've ever had.
Wow.
We've ever had. And it's because you're able to benefit from the market going up or down 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and all you need is a device that has internet. That's a phone, a computer, a laptop, whatever you have, you're able to be a benefactor of this. And that's why we're so excited about it. There's so many opportunities here. And the more volatile the market is, the more capital that you're actually able to gain. And that's why we're so excited to be able to help people, and why I'm helping people now, because people just don't know. And they need to know.
Wow.
Wow. Man, I just realized this, man. I just realized this. I've been doing foreign exchange trading for 28 years. So my wife and I on our honeymoon, I exchanged American dollars for Jamaican dollars. And I was like, oh no, I'm doing Forex. Right.
Right. That's good. Wow. Okay, so we have a question from Janice, and the question is, what platform are you trading on? Is it E-Trade?
We trade on the MetaTrader 4. That's the most known one to use. It's MetaTrader 4. There's a lot of different ones that are out there. I like to use Trader's Way. I like Eagle FX. Osprey is a good one. So there's a lot of different brokers. But once you kind of get involved with certain communities, you're going to have a lot of good information on how to really get started with it. But those are some of the ones to use. MetaTrader 4, you can just download it on your phone or your device, and you can get started. It's very simple, very easy. There's so many different YouTube videos out there for you to just open up your broker account, but it's awesome. It's very awesome.
So you're saying on this, I can rock and roll. I mean, this right in my hands, I have access to the world.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
And I heard you say a $7 trillion industry per day.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money changing hands, man. That's a lot of money changing hands. Absolutely.
For those of you that want to even find out a little bit more, you can send an email to info@therealmoneycoach, and we'll be more than happy to connect you with Michael. Okay, because I mean, thank you, Janice. That was a great question. And again, we're here to expose. Michael is a master trader, and my last question for Michael. He has another commitment at 8:30, but Tony and I are going to continue this conversation. But one of the things I want you to understand, he's a master trader, and you heard him say, I'm committed. I want to share with others. So if you even have an inkling of saying, I'd like to learn a little bit more about this Forex, from a master trader, please send us an email, info@therealmoneycoach.com. But my last question, Michael, is, we talk about cryptocurrency and blockchain and all these, relatively new concepts. And, for our viewers, we want people to be on the cutting edge, not secondary, not reactionary. So, you talked about how you studied, how you were really focused. Can you share with our viewers, what does it take to really, number one, master? You're a master Forex trader, right? You've done very well mastering real estate investing. Right. And, I know you and your family have a very exciting project that you're working on right now, right? Multi-million-dollar project. But my question to you is, for our viewers, what advice do you have when it comes to really getting out on the forefront? I talked about cryptocurrency or, Forex trading, blockchain. What advice do you have for them to really get up to par ahead of the curve? Love to hear from you.
And I kind of mentioned this in the book that I was featured in. It's really staying connected to an expert. The only reason why I'm here today and being able to talk with this type of confidence is because I had incredible trainers and experts that took me along the way. Them having access to a platform like the Money Coach, I mean, this is an awesome platform to stay connected in, to be able to get with experts, to be able to work with communities, to be able to keep in touch with mediums and education, being able to tie yourself in. That's going to be the best way to do it, because I wouldn't have not been here if I didn't have people that were already there. I always say, who would you want to learn basketball from? Would you want to learn basketball from somebody that's in your neighborhood? Or would you want to learn basketball from Michael Jordan? And the truth of the matter is, we always say the same thing, Michael Jordan. So you want to get with those people that know what they're doing, can lead you the right way. And that's why I love platforms with you and Tony, because it's just amazing, because y'all have the information that people need. They just have to go get it. And that's what really is going to get you to being successful, is who are you connected to? Who are you spending your day with? That's going to be the difference maker.
Wow, this is. I'd like for you to know, and I know you got to really run just maybe a quick definition, because I don't want to assume that our audience even knows. They've heard the word cryptocurrency, but they have no idea what it is. Blockchain. Can you just give us just a quick? What is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain?
Yeah, so when you look at cryptocurrency, it's this digital currency. The best way to explain it so that it's not confusing is basically what's in your wallet right now, your credit card. It's basically just being able to send capital from person to person digitally. So the reason why digital cryptocurrency and blockchain is so important right now, I want to kind of just give a good reason why you want to get involved with digital currency is because right now, if I wanted to send Marlon $1 million, if I went to a bank, they would scrutinize it. They would probably limit what I could do. Okay. Now with digital currency, I can send $1 million over to Marlon and I can do it at just 1% and less. That's why digital currency is taking over, because I can just go online, get an account like Coinbase, and I can be able to send Bitcoin or Litecoin to another person in seconds, absolutely seconds. And the blockchain is going to be the biggest thing because it keeps it safe. So instead of it being a third party in between, where that third party can take money or hold your money up, or you think about all this fraud. For instance, right now with credit cards, we call it chargebacks. There's 70% of the transactions are fraud. Well, blockchain stops that. It actually stops fraud, so that if I send money right now over to Tony at this time, it's going to allow me to do it without any glitches. The only time that people have problems with blockchain is when people get people's passwords. But those passwords, as long as you keep it, there's never going to be an issue. And that's why these are some of the most powerful features, because you can seamlessly, without issues, be able to send money all over the world. And that's why so many companies are doing so much better than others, because they're able to send as much as you want without it being scrutinized, without any government officials being involved. You're able to move money very quickly and very easily to different individuals all over the world. And that's why it's going to be one of the best things. That's why right now the United States is working on their own crypto digital currency, because they have no choice. They're going to have to do something to respond to all of these people actually getting involved with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. But that's the best way to explain it. It's like a credit card transaction. We know that money's not there. If you ever did a wire, it's got the same premise, except there's not a third party involved. It's just you and the other individual. That's it. And that's what makes digital currency so powerful.
Wow,
Amazing.
man.
Thank you.
In that you just mentioned sending Marlon money, sending me money. You said you're going to send Marlon $1 million. I want $1.5 million. Okay.
Right. And you know what, Tony, I'll give it to you because I know what you know, and you'll just make it bigger for both of us.
I will put it to good use. And, just on behalf of the Real Money Coach, we want to thank you for stopping by the show, blessing us with some quick knowledge. We're going to have you come back, because I know it's so that we that we really didn't have time for. But for our viewers, it's just exposure. We just want to expose you that there's other things out there. We don't expect everyone to become a master of them all, because what you said, a master of jack of all trades, master of none, right? So in Marlon, he says, we do what we do the best, and then everything else we leave to the rest. Thank you for stopping by, just dropping a little knowledge with us real quick.
No problem. Yeah. Thank y'all for allowing me to be on the platform. And it's all about serving people. And this is just something that I truly love to do. I have an unquenchable thirst to help people. And I know y'all are the same way. So I'm enjoying it.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, that was amazing, huh? And the thing is that I love about Michael is, you can feel his heart, right? You can feel his passion. He has to go on to another event at 8:30. And why? Because he's helping others learn Forex trading. He's helping others really master this. And one of the things he said, I'll be very honest, he said, it's just unfortunate. There's just not a lot of people of color that are really, learning how to use the system. And so if you want information, we can connect you with Michael. Again, you can send an email to info@therealmoneycoach.com, info@therealmoneycoach.com. And so that to me is power. They say, information is power. No, it's potential power. It becomes power when you take action. So again, if you want to connect with any of our, experts or, these thought leaders that we have on The Real Money Coach, send us an email, info@therealmoneycoach.com. We select and invite individuals to come on this program who we know have a big heart, who are really here to be a blessing. And I'm talking about from the Dr. George Fraser to Dr. Dennis Kimbrough and everyone else, because they understand the value of relationships. If you heard what Michael said, he said, when I asked him, hey, Michael, what is the key? What is the secret for your success and for our viewers to take it to the next level? He said, relationships, connecting with others that basically, have some information, right? Success leaves footprints. And that's the value of this whole The Real Money Coach. And for those of you that have not joined our group, definitely join the group, right? Maybe what we'll do is have a link in here, but I think you can just go to facebook.com/groups and put in The Real Money Coach and it will pop up. And we'd love to have you. So with that being shared, let's bring Tony back up. And if you have any questions, any feedback, first of all, was that good tonight? Type in the chat box. Did you enjoy? Did you learn? Tony, that was a great question about crypto and blockchain. I mean, now I have an understanding, very simple. And that's how Michael rolls. So what did you enjoy, Tony, about tonight?
Yeah, that to me too is just the knowledge, man, always seeking to learn. And so just how him explaining that last question, crypto versus blockchain, because people talk about that all the time,
right?
But I don't think we know, and so I think just kind of getting educated is an awesome thing to do, just so that we expand our knowledge. That's kind of my thought initially.
Great. And I see what Alice wrote. She said, "Thanks, Michael. This opens my minds to an entirely new money mind." Right? I mean, that's the power of this. That's when we really can learn and grow. And so, to me, man, this is great because again, it's exposure. And that's why I think one of the things that I'm finding is that, there's like an inner circle, and the inner circle, they have access to information. And what we're striving to do is take that inner circle. I always say, legacy wealth. There's a lot of wealthy families that create legacy wealth, not because they're any smarter. Nobody walks on water, right? Jesus Christ did, but nobody else. I guess some of you say, well, Peter did too, for a second. He got his focus off of Jesus. All right. Keep your eye on the prize, right? But my point is that what I have found is that, success leaves footprints. Please let that be your mantra. Success leaves footprints. And that is the key. Really understand that, wow, if one person succeeded, that means I can do it. That's one of the things I really got years ago. And Tony, I want you to talk about one of your mentors. But, Les Brown was definitely a person that played a very key role. Went to a speaker's training, and I walked away from that speaker's training, not a better communicator, but what I said, if he can do it, I can do it. That's what I said. And so I hope in The Real Money Coach, that's what you're being blessed with. And I see, wow, Dr. Bonita Harris said, thank you very much. This is very interesting. Looking forward to getting involved. Again, send us an email, info@therealmoneycoach. And, Michael does, these Forex training and webinars. I have a high school buddy, Jay, who, I introduced to Michael, and he's gone through all of the curriculum, right? Within, I think, about 6 days. And now Michael said, look, man, I'm going to take you on as my protege. I mean, again, success leaves footprints. That's what this is about. And so thanks, Dr. Bonita Harris. And then Ruth said, he is awesome. Great knowledge. Well, thank you. That is awesome. Lauren said, this was good. All right. Chad said, we all need to invest in digital technology now. Straight up. Now. That's the power word right there. Now. If you're not multiple streams of income, right? And I know Tony's real big on it. Tony always says, don't put all your eggs in one basket, even if it's my basket, right?
That's right. That's right.
So that's good. And then knowledge, Brad said knowledge, and exclamation, thanks Marlon and Tony for bringing us top people week after week. That's right.
And one of the things I just was reflecting on, I can remember that we all went to dinner with Michael Roberts. And I can remember we went to Freshwater down in, I think, 4th Ward. And And we were sitting there and just listening to Michael B. Roberts, and him sharing about crypto and his thoughts on it in terms of that. And I thought it was so interesting. And so, it's just really, really cool to have that and get these forward thought leaders and what they see the future going.
Right.
Especially that they're really involved in technology, because that's Michael's thing, right? I mean, he was on the front end of technology with cell towers and all that stuff,
Right.
and now into crypto and he's a hotel mogul, right? So he's got all these hotels across the country. But just to hear people, and I'll tell you something else. Speaking of Michael Roberts, one of the things that he did. I remember I'm talking about another restaurant, kind of makes it think that's all we do is eat, right? So we were at Mertz. Listen, did you just hear what I just said? We were at Freshwaters, we went to eat, and then we were at Mertz, 2 Black-owned restaurants. I'm just saying, spending our dollars in our community. But anyway, so, and I remember, and my wife talks about this all the time, that when they brought the check out, they already had put the tip in. And he was just irritated about that. He's like, and you're thinking about, you're talking about maybe a tip of, I don't know how much it was, probably less than $10 anyway. And here you got a multimillionaire, billionaire actually, right? He's a billionaire, right?
Michael Roberts.
And he's saying, listen, you can't treat my money that way. I don't care if it's $5, $2, or $3. Don't assume that it's okay for you to put a tip on my bill. And that really drove home is we have to watch what we do, and it's our money and we have control over it, and so, but that was just 2 experiences with Michael. And so, I just thought it was pretty cool. So
yeah, that's powerful, Tony. I mean, I think you're right. I think that, what they say, watch the pennies, and, the dollars will grow, right? I mean, the thing is that, that's what we're striving to do, is really elevate the consciousness, right? And really elevate, the understanding about, first of all, you have to have the mindset, right? And that's another thing about the Real Money Coach Facebook group page. And, you really want to tap in because, and our colleague Chris has put it in the chat box. I want to encourage you, come and, check us out, because every Monday we actually are posting a motivational money mindset, video, right? Every Monday. So just something to keep you, again, plugged in, keep you charged up. And so I want to encourage you, go ahead and click that link, come join us. It's a great group of individuals. The other thing I want to say is, if you look at it, Karen Morris, said she attended the classes with Michael, and he is powerful, right? And so that, to me, again, this is, living proof. Somebody just joined us and said, wow, it's powerful. And again, that shows you that we can do this. It's just a matter of each one of us saying, you know what? I'm not going to just be a consumer of the Real Money Coach. No, I'm going to be an active participant, an active winner, and I'm going to connect and so on and so forth. And so that is really powerful. And I love what Gregory Calhoun said. The word of God says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Straight up, I mean, that's what we're doing here. We're sharing, from the heart. It's not scripted. We kind of just let the Spirit of God just flow with us. So that, to me, is the power. So, Tony, I think you got a nice surprise, and you want to go ahead and announce it?
I'm trying to work it out, man. I'm trying to work it out. So Pastor Conaway, check your test message. If you're still with us, check your test message real quick, Pastor Conaway. So we're going to try something a little new tonight. We never did an impromptu guest, but I saw Pastor Conaway on, and I thought, and part of the reason I really thought about it would be good if he's available and still with us to pop on, because I know that he teaches investment, he teaches stock, he's done well in it, and I'd love to get his reaction of what he saw tonight. So I don't know if Patrick Conaway is still with us, but if you are, check your text message. You got a link. Would love for
Tony,
you.
I mean, why don't you just give him a quick call? Give him a quick call. You go off the screen. I'll just keep it rolling, and then you'll see if you get him. So yeah, so here's the thing, family. I mean, you can see we're just very committed. And today is what is today? Is it December 3rd? To me, every day is a holiday, right? And so I'm just like, yo, I don't even know what day it is. What day of the week is it, right? Because when you're on purpose, life takes on new meaning. So I want you to type in the chat box, what's one of your action items? What's one thing you're going to take away and you're going to say, you know what? Boom. From this day forward, I'm going to do such and such. What are you going to do? For me, every single day, I promise my commitment is every single day, I'm going to get up before my children wake up and I'm going to spend some time with God, just getting focused. I've been up since 4 a.m. It's right now 8:42. And at 9 o'clock, I've got a prayer group meeting taking place. And so I may not get to bed till about 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight. So my point is that I'm saying, when you're excited about life, life is to be lived. It's to be, really enjoyed. And so to me, that's the power. So when we say, hey, we're coming to these weekly calls, the thing is, we're asking you to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, the renewing of your mind. And that's why I love, what Gregory said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. We're sharing the information, we're sharing it, but also faith and fear can't operate at the same time. So you got to go ahead and say, you know what, when fear pops up, it's like, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen if I take action? Question number 2, if I don't take action, what will it cost me? So that's why, again, I'm encouraging you, info@therealmoneycoach.com. Why am I keep on sharing that? Because I want you to understand, you heard one thing I can tell you about all of the people that have been on, our special guests, they understand and they value the power of relationships. They understand the power of relationships. And we've had some very heavy hitters, as you know, since April 2nd? I think that's when we started. And so my point is that, we want to connect. And we said, look, if there's a special guest that we had, or if you have additional questions, contact us, right? Because the people that come on week to week who are staying engaged throughout the week, those are the ones who are getting the most value. We're doing this. This is, we're not paid to have this, the Real Money Coach. We do it because we understand this is our ministry. This is our mission. And that's what it's really about. So I see Tony off the phone. We'll see what his words are. Let's bring him back up. And again, if you have any questions, type it in, but we don't have to go a full hour. We go as long as, we have value. Tony?
Yeah, so Patrick Conaway was not going to be able to join us tonight. We understand that, but we will have him back. He's been on our show before, and I would like him to come back and talk about his investment class that he does. He's told me he's already sent his email to info@therealmoneycoach so that he can get connected with Michael. So that tells you what he thought of it. And I got a lot of respect for Pastor Conaway and his wife, his lovely wife down there in Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing, Marlon. It's been a great show.
It has been, man.
A great show. Lots of energy, lots of great information. Because I think there's 2 things we always should walk away with. We should always walk away with both inspiration and information.
Right.
And if we could do that every Thursday, if we could bring someone some inspiration and bring them information that then transforms their life, I think that we're doing what we're supposed to do. And so, I love it, man. This month, you guys, we're probably only going to have 3 shows this month because Christmas Eve is a Thursday, New Year's Eve is a Thursday. So we're only going to have three shows in December. But man, when you come back in January, we're going to be hitting it hard. We're going to be having some great shows. And again, we want to encourage everybody to be a member of that Facebook group, because we're going to be putting more and more content in there. And so, man, it's just a blast. I can't say enough about what happened tonight. I can't say enough about just Michael and the other guests. I am so, and I saw what Alice Martin put there, and her and I have a great conversation this past week. And one of the things that Michael talked about was access to capital. And as we think about that, and you guys are going to be seeing different things that are happening even in our own community. But, you know, we were even contracted to do some training for Hub. It was North Carolina Department of Historically Underutilized Business, and doing some training, because that still can be one of the roadblocks, is that having that access to capital. And as we talk to people, whether we're talking to people in Fresno, California, about doing training out there or where have you, is understanding that access to capital. And one of the things we want all of you to do, all of our business owners to do, is focus on getting your house in order. Be in a position, be prepared, because as we see this thing unraveling, and we know that the numbers with Corona are going up at the same time the vaccine is going out, right? And so we understand the forces that we're working with. There's going to be more opportunities come along. I believe there's going to be more stimulus money. I believe there's going to be more relief. I believe there's going to be more opportunities, but we have to be in a position to take advantage of those opportunities. We got to be in a position where if they're asking you for your articles of incorporation, you know where they are. If they're asking you for a P&L, profit and loss statement, you know where they are. If they're asking you for your tax return, you know where it is. And so those are the types of things that we need to do to prepare. And so as we continue to work through and doing the things that we're going to do, we're going to bring you more and more of that type of information too. It's just, again, you know, for us, the real means real, right? To bring relevant and then bring educational, actionable, and life-changing information. That is what we do at the Real Money Coach. And so, you know, everybody, we love you all. We're glad that you had a great Thanksgiving. I know that you're safe because you're on here tonight. I pray that your family stays safe. Stay safe with all that is going on. Please pray for our teachers. Pray for our school custodians and bus drivers and all the people on the front line, the doctors and the nurses, and people have to go to their job every day, and they have to face this pandemic right in the face. They gotta deal with it head on. And so we want to keep all of those folks, everyone, in our prayers. And I'll tell you, it's not a comfortable thing. And I'll be real transparent. You know, we had a family member, and we thought the family member had COVID. And thank God they didn't. Thank God that the test came back negative. But just the thought that you have a family that could be dealing with something like that, it just eye-opening. And so we want you to stay safe. We want you to stay safe. We want you to stay healthy. So we're telling you, Real Money Coach, we can't do a mandate, right? We can't do a Real Money Coach mandate. But if I could, I'd tell you, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, and only go out when you have to. And so with that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to end the show tonight 10 minutes early. But thank you all for dialing in tonight. And just remember, we will be here again next Thursday at 8 p.m. Invite your family, invite your friends to come and be a part of this, be a part of the Facebook group. And with that, have a wonderful night.